The comet Shoemaker-Levy 9 was discovered on 25 March 1993 by American astronomers Eugene and Caroline Shoemaker and Canadian astronomer David Levy, so Shoemaker-Levy. Never before had a comet been discovered in an orbit other than around the Sun. This is because comets never hit planets, they only hit suns. Why is this comet hitting Jupiter? Because Jupiter is the ancient father. The scripture says, and at a certain point after the creation, God goes to rest. So the ancient father is Zeus, Jupiter. The father Jupiter went to rest, so today it is a resting sun. For the first time since there has been astronomy, since Galileo, astronomers have discovered a comet pointing at Jupiter. This had never happened before. Interactions between Jupiter and the comet had caused it to break up into 21 fragments. This is an image of the comet. An operation was launched to record the impact, involving several observatories on the ground and several probes in space, because it had never happened before. The comet fragments hit Jupiter between 16 and 22 July 1994. Now, since God is a number, the number 21, what does that mean for us? Maturity. Jupiter is ready to become what it has always been. This is a short video of the impact of one of the pieces. You see here is one that is still in flight and one is here. The collision of the fragment called G, point G, I don't know why they call it that. The collision of fragment G took place on 18 July 1994 and released an energy equivalent to 6 million megatons. That is, just one impact of the 21 was as powerful as a 750 times than Earth's nuclear arsenal. Think of that bang! The sum of the explosions of the 9 main fragments, and therefore not even of all 21, was even... So fragment G has 750 times the energy of the entire world's nuclear arsenal. So 9 fragments are 6,000 times the entire world's nuclear arsenal. Because Jupiter has to be reignited, so you need a big blowtorch. Look at this picture, these two pictures. Basically, the comets, the points of the comets, have created a ring of impact around the gas giant. Because the planet Jupiter has to be hit in a harmonious way, let's say, and in a balanced way in order for the necessary processes to start. My spiritual father, Eugenio Siragusa, spoke of this fact because it was truly epochal, as the astronomers themselves said. The ancient sun, Jupiter, and the comet Shoemaker-Levy. In the beginning, the solar system had Jupiter as its sun. Following the interpretation of a hydrogen cloud, then fertilized by a comet. Comets are called cosmic coaeds. That is, they are the universal spermatozoa that graft a new dynamic into the sun egg, that is then reflected in evolution of the system of that sun. So, for a short time, our solar system was double. We had the present sun plus Jupiter, which is smaller, so there were 2 suns shining. Then the older father Jupiter died out and became a black hole, giving way to the present sun, the seat of the Christic solar logos. It is no coincidence that the trigram Jesus Hominum Salvator is inside a sun. The trigram of San Bernardino is sun with 12 rays. What is 12? The number of the zodiac, that is, of all the constellations that surround us, so they are always astronomical parameters, not just spiritual or energetic. Today, some of Jupiter's satellites have air and water and are already habitable and inhabited, I might add, and the start of the new insemination of life in the other universal macrocells of the solar system, the outer planets, was given by the comet that hit Jupiter in 94. I will now explain why this informational wheel came from the central monastic core of the Milky Way. Every galaxy has a sun which acts to harmonize all the activities of the suns of the individual solar systems, because obviously the galaxy, although it's a gigantic body, needs to move in harmony. So there is a heart at the center of the galaxy called the monastic sun. The Maya already knew it, and it is from there that the orders come that must harmonize the activity of all the suns. This was discovered by our science, which discovered years ago that there are waves of energy coming from the center of the galaxy, that they do not quite understand what they are. These, shall we say, impulses, then, give rise to cometary activity, because comets are the vehicles that bring the new information to the suns. From then on, from Shoemaker-Levy 9, Jupiter is constantly bombarded by comets. For example, this one, I took one as an example. On 19 July 2009, Australian amateur astronomer Anthony Wesley photographed the track of the new comet impact. Even a comet's the size of planet Earth hit Jupiter. NASA didn't notice, nobody did, but this astronomer discovered the trace left in Jupiter's very dense, gaseous atmosphere. On 17 October 2012, this gentleman, Glenn Orton, a NASA scientist at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California, said, "The changes we see on Jupiter are global. That is, they affect the entire planet. Such changes have not been seen for decades, and some regions of Jupiter, of course, had never been in the state we are seeing them now. At the same time, we have never seen so many things, the comets, hitting Jupiter." He explained in a statement, "Right now we are trying to understand why this is happening." They actually know. They know very well. And they have divulged it. These are the 3 red spots, that is, after the comet's impact, 2 other gigantic storms appeared, like the Great Red Spot. These are the proportions, because Jupiter is huge. So the red spot is twice the size of the Earth in diameter, in length, and then these 2 new storms appeared. They had now been reabsorbed, because since this process began, NASA has sent a probe to monitor Jupiter 24 hours a day. The Juno probe. It is no coincidence that Juno is the mother of the gods. They use these codes. But there is another fact that proves that Jupiter is a sun, because even before the comet, Jupiter emits an excess of energy equal to 2.5 times what it receives from the Sun. In other words, even when it's switched off, Jupiter is still emitting energy. Obviously, I couldn't go into everything today, but as you can see, the mutations are really big. The grafting of the cosmic zoid onto Jupiter, that is, the Shoemaker-Levy comet, could soon give rise to a new solar dynamic on the star, and therefore the possible vision of 2 parallel solar systems. In other words, we will have 2 suns. What does the prophecy say? Zechariah 14:6-7. On that day there shall be no light, cold or frost, and there shall be a unique day, which is known to the Lord, neither day nor night, but at even time there shall be light. For when one of the sun sets, the other rises, so there will be no more night. At the most there will be the light of the late sunset, but there will be a time when 2 suns will be seen in the sky. So the prophecy is announcing events that are going to happen. So a new sky, because when a second sign is lit, there will be a different sky. And that is one of the facts that will happen. The switching on of the second sun is necessary because the energy of this sun can give enough energy to the outer planets, Pluto and others that we have not yet discovered, because the birth of life in the outer planets is planned. That is to say, the Earth will go into the fourth dimension, and in the outer planets the third dimension will develop, and then in the distant future there will be also humanity there. This process has already begun, and I will show you later, because Jupiter is already beginning to emit a lot of energy. But above all, our Sun is emitting a lot more energy because it has to change the frequency of matter. We said this yesterday in Rimini. Frequency creates form, frequency creates matter.